And we're off.
It's going to provide a safer environment for our employees when they're bringing in prisoners. It's going to provide a safer environment for the prisoners, and it's going to provide a much more equitable environment for our female officers now that we're up to 6 female officers plus a female records clerk.
I don't think there's a department head that hasn't had their fingers in this pie over the last 2 years.
We're very happy. We've been looking forward to this for the last 4 years. We've been planning this, and I can't believe today's the day we're actually breaking ground, Doug.
Yeah, no, this is a great time for us.
I mean, without a doubt, I think it is very exciting to start the groundwork here for a new police station that's well overdue.
I think it's very exciting. I mean, the existing station was outgrown years ago.
If everyone would please remain standing, I'd like to call Devin Pauline of the Portsmouth High School Vocal Ensemble to sing our national anthem. Devin?
Detail! Present! Up!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Detail! Order! Up!
Thanks, Devin. That was a great rendition of the anthem. Now I'd like to ask everyone to please remain standing for a moment of silence for the 163 police officers nationwide who made the ultimate sacrifice for our citizens and lost their lives in the line of duty in 2018.
Detail! Ready, rock!
Welcome to the new home of the Portsmouth Police Department. Today we celebrate the grand opening of our new 25,000 square foot police station. I'm Chief of Police Thomas Lee. I'd like to introduce some of our dignitaries and thank them not only for attending this morning, but also for their support of the project. Town Council President Kevin Aguiar, Town Council Vice President Linda Ujifusa, Town Councilor Keith Hamilton, Town Councilor Daniela Abbott, and Town Administrator Richard Rayner. I'd also like to introduce some of our retired police chiefs, one of our retired police chiefs who came up from Florida, Chief Paul Rogers, formerly of the Portsmouth Police Department. Thank you for coming up, Chief. Thank you for your service also. And I'd like to introduce also Chief Bill Q of the Middletown Police Department and Lieutenant Ryan, his command officer, for coming up. Thank you guys for supporting us. Also, thank you for taking all the calls while we're doing this event in housing a prisoner that we had this morning. I can't say enough about our Middletown Police Department. I'd also like to recognize all the police officers here, retired officers, officers from other department. I see a couple of Boston Police Special Operations officers who made a trip down from Boston. Thank you for coming, guys, and thank you for our retired Portsmouth officers. Thank you for your service. Our new facility is a great improvement over the old police building, which is less than 5,000 square feet and basically falling apart. We'd outgrown the old building, which was built in the 1970s, when the department had 17 male officers and no female officers, and responded to about 1,200 calls for service a year. Now we have 36 police officers responding to over 28,000 calls for service a year. We had our 6 female officers changing in a small bathroom, which we call the locker room. We were so cramped we had to store our evidence and property outside in construction trailers. We had no community room or other proper meeting or training space. When I first came here to Portsmouth and interviewed for the chief's position with our prior administrator, town administrator John Clem, he asked me if I'd ever been inside the police station. I told him that I hadn't, and he said, "I hope you still want the job after you see the building." Well, after I was appointed to the position and did see the old building, I decided that my primary goal as chief should be pursuing the goal of a new building for our officers and for the public. It's been a long 6 years since then, and over the course of the project, we've had 2 town administrators, 3 town councils, 3 deputy police chiefs, and 4 finance directors. Today, working as a team with our elected officials, our town administrator, and members of the public who served on our advisory committee, we've achieved that goal. This building has been designed not only for our community's present size and needs, but for the future, with the state-of-the-art communication system, community room, crime lab, and property and evidence rooms. In addition to the larger size of the building, our new facility contains a number of technological improvements over our old police building, which will better help us to serve our residents in the future. I can't thank enough our building project team, our architect Ken Best and Greg Smalley of DRA, our general contractor Paul Tierney, Adam Bernier and Todd Roeder of Bentley Builders, and Mark Sawatsky of ABM Group, our project manager. Thank you. I'd now like to ask Reverend Daniel Gay of St. Anthony's Parish, our department chaplain, for a benediction and blessing of the building. Father?
Let us pray. Almighty and eternal God, you have revealed your glory to all nations, God of power and might, wisdom and justice. For your authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. We gather this morning to ask your blessing and protection as we dedicate this new police station. May it be a place of welcome, where its police officers and citizens can seek to ensure justice, peace, security for all the people of Portsmouth. May its staff and officers encourage the due respect for virtue and freedom. May they execute the laws of the state and nation with justice and mercy, seeking to restrain crime, vice, and immorality. May St. Michael, heaven's glorious commander of police, look with kindly and professional eyes on this earthly police force. Give them cool heads, stout hearts, and uncanny flair for investigating with wise judgment. Make them the terror of burglars, the friend of children, and of law-abiding citizens. Kind to citizens, polite to the irksome, strict with lawbreakers, and impervious with temptation. You know, St. Michael, that the police officer's lot is not always a happy one. With this sense of duty, lead them to act justly and to please God. Through strength of action, surprise, and overcome the doers of wrong. And through self-control, give us inspiration. And when they, as all of us, lay down our nightsticks, enroll us all in your heavenly force, where we will be proud to guard the town of Portsmouth and all its people, from their place among the just, as they have service with proudly honor. May God bless America, the town of Portsmouth, and all peoples. Amen.
Thank you, Father Greg. Now I'd like to ask our Town Council President, Kevin Aguiar, to come forward with some remarks. Kevin?
Thank you all and for being here today. As Chief Lee mentioned, this process began over 6 years ago. That needs assessment determined that our facility was too small. I think you mentioned 5,000 square feet. This one's now 25,000 square feet. We're here to celebrate this new facility. It'll meet the needs of our department, not only for today, but for years to come. In addition to thanking you all for being here, I'd also like to thank the citizens of Portsmouth for supporting this project. They supported the bond that allowed us to build this facility, and today we are here to celebrate this grand opening. I'd also like to thank, again, our town administration, the building committee, and the men and women of the police department as they work in this new facility. Thank you all.
Now I'd like to ask our Town Administrator, Richard Rayner, come forward. Rich, for some remarks, please.
Good morning. This is a really nice day, and I'm sure many of you are anxious to get a closer look at what we've been up to for the last 2 years, so I'll keep my remarks very short. I'd like to tell the people that I was 20 pounds lighter and had brown wavy hair before starting this project, and while that might be a bit close to the truth, what really needs to be said is this: an extremely dedicated, on-the-ground, professional, and hard-working team made this building possible under very stringent constraints. I'd like to recognize that team publicly. Colonel Tom Lee and his staff. By the way, happy birthday. I hope you like your present. Rich Talipsky, our Director of Business Development. Brian Woodhead, the Director of Public Works. Matt Murphy, our Facilities Manager. Corey Mendez, our IT Consultant. Lisa Mills, our Finance Director. Mark Zawatsky, our Owner's Representative from ABM Group. Adam Bernier from Bentley Builders, he's the Director of Operations. Todd Brodeur, Bentley Builders Project Manager. Ken Best, Principal and Architect at Drummy Rosen and Anderson. And Greg Smalley, Senior Project Manager from the architect's firm. I know there were many, many more people behind the scenes, and as well as numerous subcontractors who all had a hand in the success we celebrate today. But the team I just mentioned made this project work. And though I may owe each of them a slight apology for rather explosive bouts of personality and serial retelling of Old Navy stories over the last 2 years, I truly can't thank them enough for building something Portsmouth can be proud of. But most of all, I want to thank the members of the last 3 town councils: Mike Buttermeyer, Kevin Aguiar, Jim Seveny, Keith Hamilton, Joe Robichaud, Liz Pedro, Dave Gleason, Mark Ryan, Linda Ujafuza, Paul Kesson, Len Katzman, Daniela Abbott, and Andrew Kelly. And then the citizens of Portsmouth. who supported this endeavor and entrusted us with the privilege and responsibility to deliver on a promise to give our town and the police a building that was desperately needed for today and will last for many years to come. Thank you.
Thanks, Rich. I'd also like to thank our citizens for supporting their police department and voting to build this new facility. Thank you, Portsmouth. We've dedicated this building to you, our residents. We will have refreshments inside our community room after the ribbon cutting, and we will be having tours of the building for the rest of the morning. As you tour the station this morning, you'll notice the fully equipped fitness training center. All the money for the equipment was raised by the Portsmouth Police Union and the Portsmouth Police Business Association, led by our own John Vitt, who held fundraisers to support the project. Thank you. Thanks, John. We're very grateful to them and our initial Portsmouth Police Association Citizen Support Committee, led by our own Nancy Smith. Thank you, Nancy, for all the work you did at the beginning that people didn't see. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a special thank you to State Senator Jim Seveny, Councilor Keith Hamilton, and Town Administrator Richard Rayner for all their work in support of this building, which would not be here without them. Thank you, guys. Next, we are going to have our ribbon cutting ceremony. I'd ask President Kevin Aguiar and the members of our town council to please come forward for the ribbon cutting as we officially open our new building. And Kevin, these are the scissors your mother told you about not to run with, all right? Rich, could you come up, please? Yeah, you could close to that. Whatever you think is better. That side, you have to see it using that side. In the middle. Yes. Get that side. Are we good? Yeah. You walk very slowly, I like it. All right, folks, we're officially open. There will be refreshments in the community room. Come on and see our new building that you paid for.
I'm here with Chief Lee on a very proud day for Portsmouth. I'm sure you're breathing a sigh of relief, Chief, to get this done.
Yes, I am breathing a sigh of relief. It's great to get this done. I'd like to thank you, all the team, Rich Calypsi, Gary Gump, everyone behind the scenes that has also supported us, your wife Nancy, all the Portsmouth residents. It's been overwhelming support for this building. And I want everyone to, if they're in the area, stop in and we'll give you a tour.
That's great. I was lucky to get a tour a couple weeks ago, and it's just a fantastic look for our future. I think you mentioned that in your remarks. So that's what you have to do. You have to plan for the future, and it's beautiful. We can all be very proud, everybody in Portsmouth, of this building. Thanks to you guys, really. You did a lot of work.
Well, thank you. This is really a tribute to the officers from the residents of Portsmouth. That's how I look at it. They're the guys who go out and take the calls. The public supports them, and I knew they were overwhelmingly would, and they did, and they gave them a new building.
Yeah, but the leadership comes from you, buddy.
Oh,
Sorry, you can't get out from under that one.
Well, thank you, Doug.
Okay, well, thanks very much. Great day.
Thanks, Doug.
Okay, now I'm here with Kevin Aguiar, the president of the Portsmouth Town Council. Very proud day for Portsmouth, don't you think?
Absolutely. This was long overdue, and this is something that the town can be proud of. The police department is long overdue for them. We are one of the safest communities in Rhode Island, thanks to their efforts. So,
yep. Well, thanks also for your leadership in keeping this thing going. You know, the town council plays a big role in all of this,
Yes.
And it's deeply appreciated by me and everybody in Portsmouth, I hope.
No, as Chief said, this was 3 councils in the works. It's been a pleasure to be on the council. It's been a pleasure to work with each of the members. And, this was something that collectively we were able to do and get the support of the citizens.
Okay, now I'm here with Dave Gleason, former town council member and one of the council that was instrumental in getting this building put together. What do you think, Dave?
I think overall it's a great building. It took a while to get here, but after going through the building and the Citizens Academy and seeing what the old building looked like and how cramped the spaces were, I mean, this place is the way to go. Hopefully it'll last into, 2075.
Beyond our lifetime.
Beyond our lifetime, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Well, listen, you like I say, you were part of the team that put this thing together, and I think all of Portsmouth can be proud of the work that all of you did, the leadership that everybody showed. I think it's great that we have the best police department on the island, certainly maybe in the state. I think it's time Portsmouth deserves the very best.
I would agree 100%, Doug.
Chief,
yes.
Welcome to our ceremony. Thank you so much for coming back all the way from Florida.
All the way from Florida.
What are you doing down there? It's nice weather up there.
Because we needed this building when I was chief.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
And
I was able to get an addition on the building, but it still wasn't enough. But we needed room for female officers. So that's why they had to put an addition on, too.
Yeah, I had the pleasure, I guess, of going through the old building with our TV crew here.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks ago, we got to go to this one.
Yeah, you should have seen it before the addition was put on.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it's really bad.
Wow,
Well, that's a great souvenir.
That's a great souvenir, yes.
It really is. Okay, now I'm here with Mark Mooney and his beautiful daughter. How are you? How are you? You're looking very good. Big proud day for Portsmouth.
Yes, very much so.
And it's thanks to all the dedication and stuff that you guys, I know working in places you didn't want to work,
right,
and all that kind of stuff. What do you like specifically? Anything about the building particularly you like?
Just the overall safety of the building. The other building was becoming unsafe when we had prisoners coming in. We didn't have them secured in the right areas. It was becoming very problematic as we've gotten busier over the years. So just basically the overall officer safety is key for us in this building, and we appreciate it very much.
Well, it's a very nice talking to you.
Thank you.
And see you later, darling.
I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you, bye-bye.
Okay. Now I'm here with 2 of our current town council members, Linda Ujifuzzo and Daniela Abbott. They're currently in the town council, so they're part of the leadership team that brought this building to fruition. A very proud day for Portsmouth, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. We are certainly amazed at what a great building it is, and we give all the credit to the folks who were working on it so hard, especially Chief Lee. So
yeah, it took a
very
lot of
pleased.
leadership. What did you guys think of the inside?
Oh, it's wonderful. I think
It actually has an actual place for women to change clothes.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
That's not a broom closet.
Yeah.
I think the most striking thing is that you look at the building and you can really envision the next 20, 30, 40 years in this building, where it was kind of hard with the last one. So this is very exciting.
I'm here with Mike Morse. Mike's the administrative lieutenant. He's a tour guide excellence, by the way, of showing people through this brand new facility. The day has finally come, Mike.
Yeah, we're very excited.
I bet you guys are proud of this.
Oh, extremely proud. I'm glad that finally we can invite people in here and I can actually show all the community, the whole building. It's phenomenal. They're excited. We're excited. We're ready for business.
Now, when are you guys actually open for business now?
We are open for business right now. As soon as we cut that ribbon, our dispatcher is going. We are walking through. We are fully operational. We're good to go.
Okay, great. Well, listen, thank you so much for
You're very welcome.
the tour you gave us earlier.
Of course.
But also just for hanging in there and getting everybody through this. I know you had a lot to do with the ceremony and everything else.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Okay, I'm here with John Vitt. He's got a sign that says PPD 1975, so it's a brick from the original building. What do you think of this place, John?
The town of Portsmouth is in such good shape now with this police department because now we've met the 2019 needs of the community. And I'm just thrilled to have a red brick.
You know, I think all of us are very proud of the fact that we're coming into the 21st century here, and we should all be very proud of this building.
I'm very proud of the town of Portsmouth, very proud of the Portsmouth Police Department, and more importantly now, the Portsmouth Police Department has an effective way to do the community's business. I couldn't, Doug, I was interviewed for the dog officer's job in 1974 in the basement of the town hall.
Yeah.
I remember the old building going up, and everybody thought it was adequate.
Yeah.
But we outgrew that in the 80s, the 90s, and it took so long to get this done. But I'm so proud of all the councils before us that finally made this happen, and the current council.
Yeah, I personally think we deserve the very best in Portsmouth. I think we're getting it in this building for sure.